everybody, we are harvesting the wheat tracker field, so this might be the last episode here. I might show you a little something extra later, maybe a little bonus after we get this and the rest of the wheat done. So I got the first truck sent off to town. I'm about to dump on the second truck for the second time. Things are going really well. Everything just worked out fine. Everything fired up right, worked right, moved one along really smooth. It's pretty dry. I don't know that I've cut wheat this dry for quite a while. Usually maybe we're taking a little discount for being high on moisture, but it's been just so hot and so dry. The wheat is dry. Today is July 3rd. We thought maybe we would run after this weekend. Today is Friday, but we're gonna run today. We're gonna do this field, get this 46 acres cut, and we'll have a 42 and an 88 to do. We'll probably just, celebrate the holiday weekend, hit it Monday and Tuesday, and get back to that. Right now on my monitor, I'm running higher yield as I go across the field. I'm waiting for that first truck to come back to see if the yield's right. Combine said 75 on that first truck. We'll see. I think it's pretty close, but we'll get the scale ticket back and we'll know for sure. We'll have an exact count on those acres that were in the first truck. There we go, loading truck number 2. About got the front end full. Probably fill the front half of the truck with this load. Not running the grain cart today. Probably not going to get it out at all. We don't do a great deal of wheat. We don't have to be crazy efficient, so plus we need that tractor hooked up and ready to go on the planter. Be planting double crop beans. Those other 2 fields are actually going to be for seed production. We got called and asked if we would put some of our double crop beans into seed production like a lot of the rest of their beans, and we said sure, we'll take that premium, so no problem there. Just got to clean the planter out good. No other varieties in there. Actually, we finished on corn, so I'm going to be cleaning it out anyway to switch seed plates, so no big deal there. Got this front hopper full. That is going to be plenty full. I got the grain tank empty here. There we go. We're cutting. One thing I am doing a little different than other years is I am running this thing right on the ground, same as if I'm cutting beans. Usually I probably leave 8 to 10 inches of stubble, but the wheat is short this year, and there's a real fine line between getting all the heads and going just a click too high and leaving some of the shorter heads that are below the top of the canopy there. So I decided, and it's not just eating up horsepower or anything because the wheat is short this year, I just put the header height sensors on and let this thing run on the ground like I'm cutting beans. And man, it looks really nice out there. That's going to be easy to plant into, I think. Sometimes we have trouble pushing straw off the planter when it lays on top of that stubble, but since I got it cut off at ground level, that's not going to be a problem. Plus, we rebuilt the chopper so it's got a fresh set of knives in it since last harvest, so this thing is chopping everything really fine. It's going to be easy planting, I think, behind the combine this year. I'm actually going to raise the chopper up here pretty soon. I got a guy down the road here that wants to bale some square bales for his animals, and so I'm going to disengage the chopper and raise it up and put the wheat in a windrow for about 10 acres. And he says he will get that all cleaned up probably tonight because I don't want to be planting through those windrows. That straw will be too heavy, converging 40 foot down into a narrow windrow. So we'll do that here in a minute. Okay, engage windrow mode. Just got to open this up and put chopper in neutral. Oh, that's hot. Should have worn my gloves. Yeah, I gotta get my gloves. Okay. There we go. Now it's in neutral. Just raising the chopper up and out of the way so the straw can dump out the back. So this actuator here raises and lowers the chopper. There you go. Chopper's way up in the air and out of gear, so should just drop a windrow behind me now. Now we've been kind of oddballs for a while. We normally don't have any of the straw baled. I can't remember the last time we did that. A lot of people are doing it, making the big square bales for the big dairies up north. Fair Oaks is not that far from here, or road construction crews where they're planting grass. We just haven't done it. This will be a nice little experiment. Clean the straw off. Maybe the beans will be that much better. 3/4 tank full. Maybe the beans will be that much better because they don't have to go through the straw. But he's paying me enough. It's going to make up for the fertilizer we're hauling away. Because anytime you take something out of a field, whatever soil nutrients or fertilizer nutrients, all the same wherever they came from, those are leaving the field. So the grain that's in this grain tank is leaving the field. We need to account for that. So he hauls the straw off. That's going to take it. What he's going to pay me, he's going to do all the work, but he is going to pay me a price per bale, and I think that's going to cover any fertility we will lose. That'll be a nice little experiment. I'll have about 10 acres of no straw out here, and maybe those beans will do better. Maybe they'll do the same. We'll learn something either way, I'm sure. But what we're not getting is from the straw all that high carbon stuff decomposing back in the soil, and it also leaves a nice layer. We'll look at that closer later. That, you know, mitigates the impact of rainfall. It's not pounding the soil, it's slowing the rain down as it hits the straw, breaks apart. That helps with erosion because you're not getting the soil all loosened up by rain. And also it's shade, it's an insulation, it's a barrier from the sun, so this soil is not going to get as hot. So if we do go through a dry spell, this is going to be better insulated and retain moisture better and longer than a bare field. So made my first windrow pass there, no problem. I've actually never done that before, and it just worked. So I didn't screw anything up. Not that there's anything to screw up, but yeah, we'll do about 10 acres of this. I thought 40 foot wide would make a bigger pile than that, but this straw is pretty short, so several inches shorter than we're used to. So it doesn't make that big of a pile. So it won't be too hard for a square baler to handle. There's a nice windrow there. So see, we're gonna be all clean here. When we come pick up the straw, that'll be clean too. So yeah, it'll be a good little experiment. Yeah, would like the yield to be a little better, but when we get done and I get all the scale tickets back, I'll give you the exact yield. It is climbing a bit as we go through the field, so that's good. And I took a little hit when I made a pass around the trees over there, of course, so the edge isn't always as good. So maybe we'll get up to 80 before we get done. I'll be all right with that. So Dad texted me from the scales on the first ticket, and he said it's 55,580. I was 56,800, I think, something like that. So about 1,000 over. The combine will keep dialing in and getting closer, so that's very close. 75 bushel was about right. That's still what we're making. We're almost done with this field. 13.5% moisture and 0 dock, he said, which we don't get a lot on wheat, where they don't take any discounts off for anything. We're dry enough, we're not getting any moisture discount, no test weight discount, no vomitoxin, anything like that, other sprouts or anything. We had that one year where we had a lot of rain, we had sprout. So that is awesome. I set the combine by basically the middle of the range of everything for speeds and clearances and everything on the combine, and came back 0 discount. So I am not gonna touch a thing. I'll wait for the second and third tickets to come back. Hopefully they're the same or very close, but maybe we're dialed in right out of the box. That would be nice. We're gonna unload here. Last full truck out of this field. We'll have a partial truck, and then this field is going to be done, harvested. 2 more to go, but the field tracker field will be in the bag in the history books. All done. We'll go over the results when we get all the scale tickets in. But yeah, that'll wrap up the season on this field. So there's the last of the week from this field. Just a partial truck. 3.5 trucks roughly would make 75 bushel. So we had 3 full trucks. A couple of them were maybe loaded a little bit heavy, plus this one, so I'd say you're getting there. All done. It's like a nice smooth carpet now. Ready to plant some beans.